So now going into year 2, off-season number 2, completely new look though with Coach Ferg. How has he sort of shifted the off-season program?
I feel like we're doing a lot more conditioning-wise, and because when we go to conditioning, we already know it's gonna be crazy because each week we go up like a rep or like it's something new that's even harder than last week. So I feel like that translates to the field because when we do OTAs, everybody's still in shape. Nobody's really tired. You can go you can run a deep ball and just come right back. And then lifting wise, everybody's getting stronger. Compared to last year, I feel like we're more focused on trying to get stronger and trying to be faster and acceleration and all that. Last year, I couldn't really tell what we was trying to do, but this year I can really see the difference from the team 2 years.
So you redshirted last year, like you mentioned. You come into a room with a bunch of veterans, Steven, Quan, Ali. How valuable was that to learn from them? But also, maybe, obviously, probably for the first time in your life, having to take a back seat. So talk about the lessons, the growth, but also maybe the struggle and having to wait your turn a little bit.
The struggle part of it was just I wasn't used to riding the bench or anything. Cause I've been starting since a little kid, for every team I played for. But that was the only bad part. But the good part was I really got to learn from veterans Jalen, like you said, Jalen, Ali, and Quan. I saw what they did, how they move, how they get in and out of breaks, what releases they did. It took I took what they did and put it into my game. So I was just taking I really just taking it and just input it into my game.
So now this year, they still bring in Cam Seldon, Isaiah Spencer, some other new guys. How different is that? A room that's always changing, new faces coming in, and now where do you find yourself?
It wasn't really that bad for me because I feel I'm still as long as I know what I'm doing and I keep pushing forward, I can get in that rotation. But with the new faces, it's just what it is nowadays. You're gonna have new faces every year because of the transfer portal and stuff. Yeah. But it was cool because I already knew Cam from before because we I played
in the same area.
It was an hour and a half. But I ran track against him one time, and then
Who won?
Not me, not me for sure. But I really our relationship was great. We're going to get some field catches later on today too, and then coming in Donovan Green, old guy. It's just me. I know I'm not starting yet, or we don't know what the rotation is, but I'm still learning as we still practices. I'm doing the same thing I did last year, taking what he does, what he does good, and putting it in my game. And then Isaiah Spencer, he's a great guy, funny too. Gotta love him. And then we all just. It wasn't nothing really changed. We still all got that great bond. As soon as they came in, they all bonded automatically.
So you redshirted, but you did get to see some game action, specifically the Mayo Bowl. Talk about just the bowl week and everything with that, and then getting to go play in an NFL stadium.
The hotel was real nice. And the hotel was cool. I love it, a whole bunch of meetings. Practice wasn't as hard as we usually do because it's bowl week. We don't really want to put strain on each other. But it was really cool. Going to Charlotte. Cause I've been to Charlotte, but I haven't really explored it for real. Yeah. So it was cool.
Just
for the experience. And then another experience we had was going NASCAR racing.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I ain't never been in a NASCAR. My face was crazy. I was so shocked at how fast we were moving. So I feel that was a really good experience. I got to tell my friends and family about that.
Cool.
And then just playing in the game, having some action. It was it was shot. I was the first play, I was just really nervous, first play jitters and all that. But then after that first play, I was good.
It's just ball.
I was just playing. I wasn't thinking at all.
So you talking about getting off-season work later today. How important is that, and how player-driven is that right now to go get these reps in before fall camp?
It's something. It's really important because if you're just doing what you what we call is DWR, doing what's required, just doing lifting and conditioning, what you're supposed to do, with the team and stuff, you're not really just trying to get better, just getting complacent.
Yeah.
Getting that extra work in, getting that extra conditioning, extra reps, is only going to make you better. It's going to help you become a better player. So you can use moves against DBs, learn different techniques of what they're going to do or stuff like that.
So I guess elephant in the room. Late in the cycle, get a brand new offensive coordinator, Coach Philip Montgomery. How have you adjusted to his scheme, And just sort of talk about that process coming in late in, I guess, the cycle for spring.
It was hard at first because I just, like, the way he has, like, the play set up is kind of hard, like, at first just getting adjusted to what we had last year with Tebow. But I feel like as, like, it got on and on, like, later in the spring ball, like, we did more installs, it got easier because, like, we already did it like that. So it was, like, easy, like, it just clicked. And I feel like it struggled a little bit because, like, sometimes our alignment's, like, it's something I'm not used to, like, being out there. But, like over time, we really just get used to it. It's like nothing really changes.
How do you think your skill set, just vertical, everything that you do, fits in this offense?
Hey, I feel like we're gonna throw that ball. We're gonna go outside. We're gonna give our receivers the ball. Like I wouldn't say my speed, because I ain't one of the fastest. I ain't one of the fastest receivers on the team. So let me not say that. But like my height, I can go up there and jump the ball. Like he has an offense where he's gonna give receivers a chance to go get that ball.
So when you sort of, I guess, shifted back to last year in the spring, and even in I think the 4 games you played in the fall, what was the biggest adjustment going from high school to college? Like, oh, I got to work on my pass blocking. I got to work on my release. What was the one thing where it's like, okay, these guys do it at a different level here?
Run blocking. That's my one thing I haven't really transitioned to. Transitioning from run blocking, from high school, because nobody really want to tackle the running back or anything. So it's like me in the corner in high school, we just cool and we just sitting here chatting and everything. But like once you got to college, everybody like that, like they really want to come hit that running back. It doesn't matter how big or small they are, they want to come hit. So it's like they're gonna come at you with full speed to get off that block. And I wasn't just used to that at first. Like the speed of the game was just way faster when it comes to the run game.
And how has it sort of slowed down, I guess, this year? Like through this spring, this new install, another 15 practices in the spring. Has it sort of just slowed down? And like, what do you feel like you've got better at?
I feel like I got better at it because my technique from last year to this year is like I always led with my head. I wasn't looking where I was trying to hit. But like now I got the technique down, attacking the outside shoulder. I feel like I just had bad technique. Once I got that technique down, it was all good.
We talked about the new OC. I can't believe it took this long to bring it up. Coach Mines in that room. I feel like he's always got everyone hanging out, the chemistry, bringing like new guys. What has that consistency meant to you being here just for 2 years?
You trying to repeat the question again?
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying, like, Coach Mines, like, what does he mean to you, the consistency that you've had with him over the 2 years? Oh,
Coach Mines is probably, like, one of the best coaches I've had.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of coaches, like, through high school, middle school, all that. He's really consistent. Like, he's, like, one of the main reasons I chose to come to Tech, because, like, I feel like how consistent he was. He's always at my school, coming and seeing me, talking to me, texting me, calling me. Like, that never changed. He still does that till, through now. Like, and, like, when I first met him, we've been doing this since my sophomore year, and it's stayed the same love. Like, I saw who he was, like, as a real person, like, what he truly was, like, his values and everything, like, from the first time I met him to now, it's, like, it's never changed. So it's, like, that loyalty, like, his passion for the game, like, how consistent he is like, it's just incredible.
So I just had Isaiah Brown-Murray in here, and I asked him, who's a guy on the other side of the line that gave you trouble in spring or throughout these summer workouts? Maybe who's a DB for you who every time you go at him is going to give you his best?
Oh, every time, it's always going to be Josh Clark.
Yeah.
We have a little competition about who's winning the spring right now, who's winning the fall camp. I think he's up on me right now. He's up 2-1. I won our first spring, and he won fall camp, and then this past spring. We have a little competition between me and him. Because, like, we're both tall, like, we're in the same class. We just trying to get each other better. It's like every time we go against each other, it's always a battle. It's not like no easy one-on-one or anything. You're going to get, like, 100% every time.
What's the best thing to do in Blacksburg over the summer? I know you guys just went bowling, did some other things, but what's something you can do when, I mean, you guys stay pretty busy, but on those times you have off?
Best thing I can do, to be honest, I don't really do much. Because, like, there's nothing that I really enjoy. I would say the movie theater is nice. I love the movie theater.
What's a good movie you've seen recently?
Sinners.
Yeah.
Everybody's been talking about it. Some of the players on the team, Burgos. That's a guy you gotta watch. He told me he watched it like 6 times already. And he just came out like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, come on, that's not it. But another thing I like to do, like on my off days, is just chilling with the guys. Me and the guys, I would usually just hang out with like Josh Jones, Micah, Tyler Mason, Donovan Green, Gerard, and Josh. We all just be at somebody's house and just cooling, playing the game.
Yeah. I know you came in, I think you said you were studying engineering. Are you still sticking with that, or have you switched off that?
Nah, I switched off that. As soon as I got here, took some classes. Nah, it was more than I commanded. I wasn't expecting it to be that difficult. I knew it was gonna be hard, but like it was way harder than I thought it was. Yeah. So I just switched to sports media, trying to get into that.
Right on. All right, so last year you just step on campus, sort of green. Now this year you've obviously been here a year. You welcome guys like Snook, Micah Matthews now. How do you sort of help them along? Because you were just in their shoes a year ago.
I tell them how I know what it feels, like how hard it is, like a transition. So like we all been through that transition. We all know how hard it is. So it's like we have people who've been in that spot who can help you out if you have any questions or like any difficulties. So like what I've been recently, like when Michael first got here in the winter, I helped him out with the plays, helped him like get on the schedule. I was his mentor for the mentorship we had for spring. So we did like little missions, took him around campus, took pictures, got to know each other a little more. And like that just made our bond a little closer. Like we're like really like close. I'm with him like pretty much every day. And then as soon as Snook came in, took him under my wing. I wouldn't say under my wing, but like I'm there for him like as much as I can. Whenever he has a question, I give him an answer. I look out for him like anytime. And then like every time I try to go like get some extra field work in, I always make sure, or I always ask if like Micah or Snook want to come with me as well.
When you talk about that, like, what does the extra work look like? Is it getting on the jugs, the Monarch, I guess? Asking for guys to go throw? Like, is there a group chat? Like, what does that look like for you?
We have multiple things we do. Like some days we have a group chat where all the QBs and all the receivers and tight ends, like we're all just go out and catch routes. Like just like find on it sometime. And then another thing we do is we go with Cam Phillips, our assistant receivers coach. Get some like wide receiver drills in, like release work, getting out your breaks, plans, all this and that. And then the last thing we do is getting the jugs, like the Monarch. The Monarch is something that is amazing. You can place the ball anywhere in the field.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the best thing you could use. Like if you're trying to go over the shoulder routes, like certain spots on the field, it's like that's the only thing you really need.
You talk about those OTAs. How important is that? And like, what are you taking from that going into fall camp?
It's really just another time for me to like get a better understanding of the plays. Because once I get a better understanding of the plays and the concepts, I would be more smooth and like make sure like figure out what releases I need to use, like what way I need to go. It really just makes things easier for like when it comes to like fall camp. So like when the season is already here, like the plays we have should be like down packed. Like we shouldn't forget anything.
All right, I'll get you out of here on this one. I know there's a lot of things, but one thing this summer that you were really leaning into and like working on to refine your game before the season.
Releases. I feel like from last year I was a little bit stiff on my releases, letting myself get jammed and stuff. But I feel like now I'm getting more fluid. Like my hips, I'm really getting low now. So like I feel like that was the one thing I've been working on with Cam Phillips and everybody. That was like the main thing.
Cool. Chanz, appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.